Hello and welcome. We're going to do a foam rolling session today for the upper body. I have these two foam rollers here. One is really short and one is really long. This is kind of the two most common lengths you might find. I'm going to use this long one because I find it more useful for a lot of these upper body movements, but you might have a shorter one and that's fine too. Okay. We're gonna get started working into the upper back and a little bit into the shoulders, and then we'll make our way through some other back body and upper body movements. So place the roller underneath your upper back, kind of right beneath the shoulder blades. Bring your feet together, your hands behind your head. As you exhale, you're gonna open up your knees like a butterfly and drape your head back over the roller, getting a chest opener. And then as you inhale, you'll come back up. Move back and forth. And if you wanted to move more slowly, you can take a breath at the bottom and a breath at the top. Your elbows are opening wide when you find the bottom. And at the top, you can think of pulling a little bit on the back of the head to find some length down the neck. Moving back and forth on your own. And if you have to adjust your roller at any point, that is definitely part of the process, so feel free to adjust it anytime you need to. Take about 3 more. When you find center, we're going to take one more that's sort of similar. Your feet are going to be a little wider, and your hands this time, you're going to reach up, trying to bring your biceps to your ears so that you have a little pillow for your head on your biceps. Then you'll cross one palm over the other. As you lift your hips, you're going to try to tap your fingers to the floor behind you. And then trying to keep your hands on the floor, you're going to try to lower your hips. You'll lift your hips back up and you'll find center. So we'll do that again. Lift the hips, try to tap your fingers to the floor. They may or may not touch. Lower the hips, keeping your hands where they are. Lift the hips back up and find neutral. Continue moving back and forth. Lift the hips, lower the hands, lower the hips, lift the hips back up, and then return to neutral. You might switch the cross of your hands at some point to find even on both sides. Take about 3 more. Last 2, last 1, depending on how quickly you're going. release the arms. We're gonna take a little gentle back body release. So hands can be behind your head again. You're gonna lift your feet, lift your hips just barely off the floor, and then use your feet to pull forward and back. So you're trying to roll the length of your spine, and it can be pretty gentle. I tend to get a lot of cracks and pops when I do this one. You might have a similar experience. Just take a couple more, moving up and down the length of your back body, adjusting the roller as needed. When you're feeling ready, find even, and you're going to place your neck on the roller. So as if the roller were a pillow, you're gonna lay back on it. Nice. If you have hair to move out of the way, then do. And I'm gonna place the center of my neck, like the base of my head, onto the roller. And then all you're gonna do, I like to hold the sides of it too to keep it in place, is rock side to side. So you'll kind of shake your head no, looking side to side. And you can slightly press down with your head as you move back and forth. And we'll take just a little bit more time here. My cat wants to join. Take another 3 or 4 movements side to side. And when you're feeling about even, you can release your grip of the roller, and we're gonna come up all the way to seated. For this next one, I'm gonna move my speaker / microphone over to the other side. You're going to lay down on the roller, placing it in your armpit. So we're targeting the lat, and we're gonna target our pecs as well. When you lay onto the side, you're gonna place your hands behind your head, so arms are kind of like out to the side like wings. You can have your knees stacked, or your top foot can come to the floor. And what you're gonna do is roll down, try to smush your pec muscle into the roller, and then roll open, finding a bit of your lat and the back of your shoulder. And you'll move back and forth. Hi there, Manzi. You really do want the roller to be directly in your armpit. It can help with the location of where you're working. But if it rolls up a little bit, that's fine. Or if it rolls down a little bit, you might adjust as needed. I forgot to mention, if you're on one of the smaller rollers, like a shorter one, you do want to place yourself halfway up because you don't want to be rolling off when you move forward or rolling off when you move back. So that's one of the plus sides for these longer ones. You don't have to think about it so much. But the shorter one is just more compact and, you know, works better for other things too. And you can stay with this motion moving back and forth. If you're wanting to go deeper into your lat, which is a little bit tricky to target, you're going to try to lift your hips a little bit off the floor and slide yourself up and down. I won't lie, this is very intense. So if this is too much for you, stick with the first one. But if you wanted to add a little bit more intensity, you could be rolling up and down. And that's totally possible too with the knees together. I just find it more comfortable with one foot on the floor. You can be moving all the way up and down the side body here. I just find that I need to adjust it pretty often. Whether you're rolling up and down the side of the lat or you are still working into your pec and doing your side to side twists, we'll take, let's say, like 5 or so more, and then we will move to the other side. Woo. Oh. When you're ready to move over to the other side, you can simply rotate to face the other way so that I can face you. I'm gonna move myself onto the other side of my mat. And I'll move the microphone as well. Okay, you're gonna lay down again on the armpit, roller in armpit. Bottom knee chilling on the floor, top leg, you can plant the foot down or you can have your knees stacked. Either way, hands behind your head and start by rolling down onto your pec muscle and then opening back up. If you're on your shorter roller, be careful not to roll off of it. Moving back and forth. You really want the armpit as the center, so if you find that it's rolling kind of off of where you want it to be, you can adjust as needed and replace the roller back into the armpit if it veers off. And I'm sort of targeting my lat a bit more than the pec in the visual. So if you are wanting more on your pec, you're gonna really come down onto it when you are at the front of your twist. And again, if you wanted to go much more deep into the lat, you could use your feet to like push into the floor, lift the hips, and take a little movement up and down. It's really intense. So listen to what your body is able to tolerate and feel good in. And if you're sticking with this rock forward and back, you can take the pace at your own speed, whether it's a really slow open and close, or if it's more of a quick rock back and forth. No right or wrong. I definitely invite you to close down your eyes while you're working into this one, or really any of them once you've gotten the pattern. And we'll take about 5 to 10 more rolls. Or rocks, depending on which you are working in. And when you're feeling done, we're gonna sit up. We're gonna take one for the forearms next. And for this one, you're gonna start in a child's pose with your roller out in front of you. And I'm gonna have my hands onto the roller, maybe the wrists. From there, you're gonna start to lift your hips up and roll forwards onto the forearms, and then slide your hips back to your heels. You can adjust each time your hips find your heels where you have your hands on the roller. So I like to sometimes put my thumbs up so that I get the outside of my forearms, which you can see now. I've got my thumbs facing the sky, and I have the outer part of my forearm on the roller. You could also place more of the meaty bit of your forearm, like the straight down the middle part, with your palms facing the floor. And I give a little bit of a push into the roller with my forearms. It's pretty active. And take another 10, maybe even 15 movements back and forth. I do find with this one that I like to adjust where my hands are almost every time. So if that's happening for you, it happens for me too. And send your chest down towards the floor. Finding sort of like a puppy stretch, puppy pose stretch. Take your time finishing up. And if you wanted more time with this one, you can always pause the video to take some more time. And we're gonna transition to working into the traps and the neck. This one I think might be our last one for now. It's gonna be two-sided, so we'll do both sides. I'm gonna place the roller on an angle like this, so it's kind of diagonal. I'm gonna come onto my knees, and then I'm gonna place my shoulder or my neck area onto the roller, right? So I have it angled sort of towards the center, so the shoulder on the other side is gonna go down. I'm twisting to get into it. Once I place my neck or shoulder onto the roller, I'm gonna lift my free leg, so the opposite leg from the neck that is on the roller is gonna come to the floor. I'm gonna show this from another angle too, maybe this side. So I have it diagonal. Opposite neck or shoulder comes down, and then I bring my hand to the floor and my foot to the floor. So right now I have my left side on the roller, my left arm is relaxed, my right hand on the floor, my right foot on the floor. Instead of the roller moving, you're gonna move. So I'm gonna try to like look down to the floor and then look up to the sky, and moving just back and forth, trying to find my trap muscle and the muscles in my neck. And as you open and close, think of breathing nice and soft, relaxing the muscles of your face and your jaw. If you have any hair that you need to get out of the way, that's a good idea. You can always be adjusting the placement of the roller so that it's getting you the sensation that you're looking for. And we'll take some time to move it around here. Maybe like, again, 10 to 15 more movements back and forth at whatever pace you'd like. And the higher up towards the neck you go, the more you'll get those like outer neck muscles, and the lower / more towards the trap muscle that you go, the more you'll find the trap / trapezius, those upper shoulder muscles that tend to get so tight. And with this one, as with all of them really, if you find a spot that you have like a really chunky bit or a knot or something that feels like it's made of a rock that is in your body, you can pause on it and try to put extra pressure, relax the muscle, or move back and forth only over that spot. And I'm using my foot that's on the floor to push kind of open and closed. So I'm coming up onto the ball of my foot and then grounding my heel. Let's take about 5 more movements. If you want more time, you can pause. And as you're ready to come out, you can do so. And we'll move over to the other side. Ooh, whoa. My neck cracked big time. Okay, so for the other side, I'm gonna move my microphone again. You're gonna angle it the other direction. And then place your other neck, shoulder onto the roller. Hand and foot to the floor. And you're moving it back and forth here. So it's a gentle movement of your body rather than the roller rolling in this one, which is different from the ones we've done so far. Actually, that's not true. We did one like this for our lat already. It's fairly typical though for many of the foam roller activities that are more well known to be like the roller is rolling over you, but this one is you moving your body over the roller, using the pressure of the roller to sink into different aspects of your neck and different areas in your trap. And both sides might be different. For me, this side, I have like one spot that feels like a literal rock. And it's a big chunk in there. Something I really appreciate about this kind of foam rolling is that it can really educate you on your own body. Like, where do you feel sensation? Where do you have tightness? Where do you have these rock-like chunks and bits that are almost getting ropey? And it was through doing actually this exercise where I kind of discovered I'd been having these migraines and big headaches that were really originating from this one spot in my right eyebrow. And whenever I roll on this part of my neck, I feel the little spot in my eyebrow kind of get zingy. And that was really helpful for me because then I could tell, you know, if I went to get a massage or was able to book something like that for myself, could communicate with my massage therapist that I really needed some support in this part of my neck, and it has really helped for my headaches. And although a lot of these movements are potentially painful or spicy and intense, they really are a form of self-care and giving back to all of the tissues in your body that store so much and hold so much. Let's take about 3 to 5 more movements. If you want more, you're welcome to continue. And when you're ready to come out, make it as slow and gentle as you can. Great job. I hope that you enjoyed some of these movements. And this was just a sample of some of my favorite ones for the upper body, although there are many, many, many more. So if you're interested in learning more about them or me filming another of something like this, I'm very happy to. And thank you so much. See you next time.